Look at me. Gather around, because we need to have a serious, heartfelt conversation about your money, your security, and how you survive in a world where everything costs twice as much as it did 5 minutes ago. If you are standing on the precipice of retirement, or if you are already there working a part-time job to make ends meet, I know exactly what keeps you up at night. It is that paralyzing fear of the unexpected. The water heater bursts, the car transmission starts grinding, or a dental emergency hits out of nowhere. And you sit there looking at your bank account, looking at the calendar and realizing payday or your next distribution is a week away. What do most people do when they are scared and desperate? They fall into the hands of predatory financial monsters. They take out a payday loan with a 400% annual interest rate, or they put it on a high-interest credit card, or they let their bank hit them with a $35 overdraft fee. It breaks my heart because it is a total financial trap. You're paying a penalty just to survive. Think about how traditional payroll works. You work on Monday, you work on Tuesday, you work on Wednesday. You have legally and rightfully earned that money. But who has it? Your employer does. They hold onto your cash for 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, while you are forced to wait. Payactiv essentially builds a bridge over that gap. If you have worked 20 hours this week, Payactiv looks at those hours and says, look, this person has earned $300. We will let them access up to 50% of that right now. When actual payday arrives, your employer automatically deducts the amount you took out early from your paycheck and gives you the remaining balance. There is no credit check, no hard inquiry on your report, and absolutely zero interest charged. None. Because you aren't borrowing money from the future, you are taking money from your past work. On the surface, this sounds like an absolute dream for anyone trying to manage a tight budget, especially when living on a fixed income or working a part-time retail or healthcare job in retirement to stay active. But I need you to wake up and look at the mechanics, because if you don't use this tool correctly, it will slice right through your financial security. Let's talk about the cost, because nobody does anything for free in this world. Payactiv has a specific fee structure that you must memorize. If your employer offers Payactiv, viewing your balance and tracking your hours is completely free. If you want to transfer your earned wages to a standard bank account or a regular debit card, and you can wait 1 to 3 business days, it is also completely free. But let's be honest, if you're using an app like this, it's usually because you need the money now. If you want an instant transfer to your traditional bank account or a cash pickup at Walmart, Payactiv charges a program fee. Typically, it is $1 for the day you use it, which covers any transactions you make until midnight. They kept this fee at $5 per biweekly pay period. If you need a hyper-instant delivery to an outside debit card, there can be an additional processing fee of around $1.99. Now, a couple of dollars might not sound like a lot to you. You might say, Susie, what's $2 or $3 compared to a $35 overdraft fee? And you are right. Mathematically, paying $2 to avoid a $35 penalty is a smart micro-decision. But here is where the fear and the psychological trap come into play. When you start accessing your money early, you are shifting your financial timeline backward. If you take out $200 this week to pay for groceries, what happens next Friday on actual payday? Your paycheck is $200 short, plus the fees. So next week, when your regular bills are due, you look at your smaller paycheck and you panic. You say, oh no, I don't have enough for rent. So what do? You open the Payactiv app again and you pull out another $250. So, how do we solve this? How do we use a tool like Payactiv without letting it destroy our financial future? First and foremost, you must treat Payactiv exactly like a fire extinguisher under your kitchen sink. It is there for a genuine emergency and an emergency only. If your medication prices suddenly skyrocket, or if your car has a flat tire and you absolutely need it to get to your part-time job or a doctor's appointment, that is a fire. You pull the pin, you use Payactiv, you take out the bare minimum required to put out the fire, and you take the free 1 to 3 day transfer option if you can possibly wait. What is not a fire? A sale at the department store is not a fire. Going out to dinner with friends because you don't feel like cooking is not a fire. Buying Christmas gifts for the grandkids ahead of time is not a fire. If you are using Payactiv for lifestyle expenses or routine bills because your regular budget doesn't balance, Payactiv is not your solution. Your budget is broken, and pulling money forward is only going to make the crash louder when it finally hits the ground. If you do have to use Payactiv for a real emergency, your very next step, the absolute mandatory action you must take, is to adjust your spending for the next pay period to absorb that hit. If you took $50 out early, you must find a way to spend $50 less next week so that your cash flow resets to normal. If you do not do this, the hamster wheel will catch you, and it will not let you go. I want you to understand that true financial freedom doesn't come from an app that lets you get paid faster. True financial freedom comes from having control over what you spend, living below your means, and building a cash wall around your life so that you never have to look at an app for a quick fix in the first place. If you are working right now and your company offers this, look into it. Learn how to log into the app, understand your balance, and keep it in your back pocket as a safety net that is 1,000,000 times better than a payday loan shark. But pray that you never have to use it. Stand in your truth, protect every single dollar you have earned over a lifetime of hard work, and be the master of your money, not a servant to a pay cycle. You can do this, you deserve security, and you have the power to make it happen.